Choice. Do we have it? Free will. A lot of people have been debating it for the longest amount of time, and the thing is, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter if we have free will or not, or if we're just another gear in a big fucking universal machine, because it seems like some people have more capacity to make choices than others, which means it's relative. You have more choices now than you did 10 years ago, hopefully, or else you lost your capacity to make choice. For example, when you're a child, you can't make choices, right? Everything's just being done for you. I mean, you would die without anybody's help, right? So I think the most practical thing we can do is just try to work on expanding our capacity to make choices, aiming them for higher values, and trying to commit to those ideals, basically. So what are some of like the limits in the way? One of them is fear. In many cases, people won't make choices because they're afraid. Whether it's a failure, which is almost inevitable at the early stages, or if it's of success potentially, which is a weird one. You have to think about if that's the case for you. But you could be afraid of success because often with those choices, if you succeed, it comes a massive amount of responsibility, and maybe you just want to be lazy. You don't actually want those things bad enough. That's another possibility. Another one is the limitations of desire. I mean, you may want to be healthy, and you may want to eat pizza at the same time. So there's a contradiction with what you want and what you think you should do, or your ideals again. So it comes down to ironing them out and making a choice to try and commit to those higher ideals, right? Which can be very hard, obviously, because years and years of like wiring your brain to just automatically go for what you feel like at the time. But often if you make a choice, you won't feel like you want to stay with that choice consistently. And that's where you have to go beyond how you feel. Because let's say, a great example is I want to go for a jog. Okay, I'm saying I'm going to train myself to run for a marathon, but then after 10 minutes or 20 minutes or 30 minutes of running, I stop. Well, it was a choice to start jogging, and it was also a choice to stop jogging, unless of course I collapse on the ground from exhaustion. But most people don't have that kind of willpower, right? So that's something to take into account. Also, it's expanding the potential choices you have through studying and learning what other choices people have made, what are the possibilities, the limits of human capacity, self-beliefs. Can you do this? Do you have the references in your mind to let you know that you can make these choices? Or do you believe you can't possibly do it? If that's the case, then it's working on building up references to lead you to believe you have the power of choice, which would be starting small and then building up. A weird thing about choice too is the concept of an existential crisis. So basically, in the information age, we have so many fucking choices. So many that we don't know which one to choose. I mean, if we choose one, we're going to lose out on another, right? So there has to be a sacrifice involved in any choice made, because not making a choice is still making a choice. To not make a choice, to just sit idly and let someone else control you. And so the challenge then is make some fucking choices for yourself. Commit to something, no matter how small, for 30 days. Commit to something for a year. It's just basically do what the fuck you want to do with your life. Don't let other people tell you what to do. Don't let your past be a determinant. Just start moving forward. Figure out what's possible. Find someone you find inspiring and figure out why it is they're inspiring and what do you want to gain from them. Anyways, my challenge to you is to fucking commit to something. Make a fucking choice, because that's all we have. Choice and time.